it's BT with the BT Balaton GP review. Let's get right to it. Two things. I'm on a cruise ship. The internet is horrible, so I'm going to get right to it. Bare bones episode right now. Thanks for watching, by the way. I really appreciate you guys. Anyway, let's get to it. Rider of the race in Moto 3 has to go to David Almanza. I would give it to Max Quiles, who just decimated the field, and he just picked on David Almanza. But here, Almanza was in the hospital earlier in the week. I think he had getting his tonsils out or something. He was in the hospital, so it was a wonder he got there at all. He wasn't feeling well, and to battle with one of the best in the world, it's like having a toothache and then you go fight Mike Tyson. Come on, man, toothache. 1986 Mike Tyson, when he was tearing people out, he was ripping their hearts out. All praise due to Allah. Ha! Anyway, David Almanza was rider of the race in Moto 3. Man, heartbreak goes to David Munoz in Moto 3. That was a horrible crash. He's got a broken pelvis, man. He coming back from a broken leg last year. The kid is tough. And it hurts my heart. That was a great battle for third place in Moto 3. It just happens, but damn. It was hard. It's horrible to watch. And then people bitch about Balaton. That was the one time when Balaton paid off by being, not a big circuit, because that would have happened in Mugello. It could have been just worse. So anyway, props to David Munoz. Wishing him the best and get well soon. I mean that. That was horrible. Moto 2. Listen. Rider of the race goes to Gonzalez. Manuel Gonzalez is showing them, hey man, I'm still here. And when when they do that, like, hey, Aki, he's still there, baby. If he didn't get a MotoGP ride, I don't know what the hell's going on. But if he does, I think he'll be a good attitude. And he'll have a good attitude, and he'll go to World Superbike. And I like to see him in World Superbike, go straight to World Superbike, not Super Sport. He deserves it. I think that kid has so much talent. So I hope he gets a MotoGP ride. I hope so too. Hope you guys think so too. Tell me what you think. I think Manuel Gonzalez is kicking ass. Heartbreak goes to Izan Guevara. Oh my God. He do that pole position. I don't know what happened to him, but hey, it happens to the best of us. Anyway, to get the MotoGP, listen, rider of the race goes to, and you know what? I take that back. I'm going to give it to Iker Lecuona, because he came in from World Superbike, and no offense, but shouldn't Bulega been there? I kind of feel like Bulega's supposed to be the man. She should have been there racing on Alex Marquez's bike, but they got Iker Lecuona came in and did a damn good job. You gotta love Iker, man. First of all, I think they picked him too quick for Moto 2. And he wasn't really a road racer, if you know what I think he did enduro, and he got him in road racing, and I always felt they pushed him too fast, too soon, and they should let him find his footing first. But he did okay in Moto 2, and then they just automatically pushed him up. But anyway, I think he deserves rider of the race, but man, and also, heartbreak goes to the entire Aprilia team. Holy shit, Martin. And that's what we're going to get to right now. Listen. It's going to be a condensed version, so I apologize if you feel like I'm skipping everything, but it's like this. First of all, he didn't do it on purpose, duh. No one does it on purpose, but things happen. Like I say, released the clutch and the bike just went crazy, and it happens, and that part of the track, Pecco said, everybody said it, that they had resurfaced it, and it was like greasy and slick. So, hey, look, man, things happen. Of course, he didn't do it on purpose, but holy shit. And you know what I feel like you do? Go back and apologize to Raul Fernandez, because remember in Catalonia, they were mad at him for they said he wrecked Jorge Martin, and he stood his ground and goes, no, you watch him when he released the clutch. He said that, and then and plus Martin crashed in every session in Catalonia, right? And I always said he was concussed. Of course, he's not going to say he was concussed, but I think he crashed in every session. And he crashed in the next day, the testing, but no one is putting together like maybe he was concussed and he wasn't all the way right. Even Pecco admitted that. Pecco said he was kind of dizzy. So what makes you think Martin wasn't concussed? And they went and I felt like everybody's beating up on Raul Fernandez, and they said it was his fault. Basically, remember when Massimo got mad and came to Davide to his paddock and kind of got mad and kind of told him off. Listen, man, just because you know what it's like. Listen, I don't know. People don't know I'm a comedian, right? And so if you see me do a joke, right? And then all of a sudden, on a special, you see Kevin Hart, and this actually happened. Kevin Hart do a joke. People go, "Oh man, you stole Kevin Hart's joke." I go, "No, I did that joke beforehand." But if somebody else is famous, right, and you do a joke that sounds like them, or you've been doing a joke and somebody famous either steals your joke or does another joke like you, of course they're gonna go with the famous person. They go, "Well, this guy's famous and you're nobody, so yeah, you stole that joke or whatever." And I feel like that's what they're doing to Raul Fernandez, right there, because Jorge Martin is a world champion, right? And so when it happened, you're gonna blame Raul Fernandez, and you're watching the race. They're not gonna blame Jorge Martin. I think Jorge Martin was concussed in Catalonia, and then they blame Martin. Then they blame Fernandez. So when it comes down to Balaton, I hate to say it, but I'm kind of glad that people saw like, and Massimo Rivola threw Martin underneath the bus in a way. Go, listen, man, a world champion shouldn't crash like that. That was horrible. You know what? It's just everything is not rosy in that Aprilia garage. I think Bezecchi's side, yeah, he's doing great, but it's like I can't put my finger on it, but it's like Martin is kind of the little spice that doesn't fit, where you go, this is good. You put something up. And what'd you do to this recipe? Martin is kind of, in a way, kind of the instigator, in a way. Like he's the reason it's not all the way smooth. And it goes back to, and I'll say this before I say it again, that he didn't really want to be in Aprilia. Remember, he tried to get out of his contract. Remember that? He didn't really want to be there. He high-sided, and it's a pain, and he was hurt half the season. I really think it boils down to mentally, like he didn't really want to be there. So these crashes were kind of like he didn't want to be there. So the universe heard that, and that's why he crashed. So if they don't win the championship, I think it's going to be because of Martin. I hate saying it, but I think it is. And here's where Marc Marquez comes in. First of all, Marc Marquez watching that battle with Pedro. Oh my God, how great was that? That's what we've waited for. Marquez and Pedro Acosta are making MotoGP. They are the show. Bez is the champion, right? Bez is leading right now, and he's well deserved. Bez is great. It's not against Bez, but the Marquez Pedro, that's the battle we want to see, and we're seeing it, and I'm here for it. Love it. Since the first race of the season, they've been knocking heads, and this is great. And even Marquez say it though, hey man, listen, I got the better bike. And like I said, MotoGP, the next season is always more anticipated than the season you're watching, okay? So Pedro on the same bike, oh my God, right? But don't put the horse in front of the carriage. Marquez is still a beast, but Pedro on the same bike. But let's talk about this race. And listen, I'm going to say this right now. And this is a big if, but if Marquez does come back, and say he wins the championship, if he comes back, this will devastate the entire field, and it will have Aprilia. They will devastate them mentally for the rest of the upcoming season. Because think about it. Marquez was supposed to be out. He's over 100 points down, right? Before the start of the Balaton Gp. 100 points down, he's out. Now he's at 72, which is a big ask. But if he systematically have a weekend like he did, and trust me, man, a lot of luck was on his side. That crash took out the top riders. It took out Martin and Bezecchi and Fabio Di Giannantonio to a point. He did get back on and remount and have a great race. But if he has weekends like this, and if Pecco comes in and kind of takes points away, or Raul Fernandez comes in every now and then and does what he has to do, because Raul Fernandez is ahead of Marc in the points, but he'll take that. If Raul Fernandez can take points away from Bezecchi and Martin, and if Marc Marquez finds a way to win the championship, this will be his greatest comeback ever. And it will have Aprilia in a dark room going, we had him. It's like, this will be, they talk about the Martinator. How about the Markinator? By K-Tel, the Markinator. Just when you think he's down, he comes back. He's like the Terminator he just keeps coming back. Half his body's gone, and he keeps coming back with one arm, obviously. You know why, right? And that will devastate them mentally. It's like, you can't explain it, but it's like, I don't know if you guys remember when the Raiders played the Patriots before that first Super Bowl. When Patriots went on that run in that game in the snow, and they called the tuck rule, which we've never heard of before. and they had to come back in. And I knew right then and then the Patriots won that game, because you can't come from being that high and then come back here and still try to win. And I knew what was going to happen. And that's what, if Mark Marquez comes back and win the championship, he will devastate the entire MotoGP field. They'll be like, what do we got to do to beat this guy? Pedro does everything. He throws everything but the kitchen sink at this guy, and he still can't win. Even though he knows his bike is not as good as that Ducati, and he's riding his ass off. He should be called Pedro Quartararo, because what he's doing is like, it's like Quartararo. Remember I said Quartararo rides the shit out of that bike? And man, I don't want to do him dirty, but it's like he's almost given up. He had a bad week. He didn't like that track. I mean, last year, he literally helicoptered out. I think he crashed last year, and he got a helicopter and said, au revoir, and he was gone. And I think, I don't think he's given up, but he's come close to it. He even said that, was it in Catalonia or Mugello? When he goes, you know what? I'm not busting my ass on this jalopy for you guys. And I mean, I think the Yamaha garage is the only thing that's keeping Aprilia from falling apart. Like, if Marc Marquez comes back and wins this championship, they are done mentally, maybe for 2027. And it sounds like nothing, but I think I'm right on that. But like I said, that's a big ask. But Marquez is feeling himself. You see the smile is back and the laugh is back. And if he gets healthy, MotoGP is it's right now. I'm loving it. I hope you guys love it. Like I said, this is going far. I'm in 11 minutes now, and I tell it's gonna be really short. I love talking to you guys because nobody else talks to me about MotoGP. Anyway, and then another thing, I'm so sick of Agura right now. Not really, but it should be called Agura Bastianini is what his last name should be, because teach him how to qualify. Teach him and Bastian how to qualify so they can be part of the battle. Agura does a great job of coming back, but you know what? When he comes back, it's over. The race is over for him. You want to get a podium, do that shit quicker. Qualify. You put him on the third row, yeah. So teach him how to qualify. Teach him how to Dougie. Teach him how to qualify. I love Agura. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that's all love. But so Agura Stanini is what I'm gonna call him, because he's like the Asian Enea Bastianini. Teach him how to qualify. What else am I missing here? Like I said, the luck of Marquez right now is right now. Bruno, we'll see what happens at Bruno. That might be a track where Aprilia comes back, but like I said, Mark systematically, if he comes back, like bump, it gets that momentum going, and Aprilia has another bad weekend. That garage is not tranquil. Like I said, I'm not saying Martin is the troublemaker, but he never really wanted to be there in the first place. It's like that person, you know, the person you want to marry gets married to somebody else, and they never really liked you, and you go, and then you go, well, this person's good, I guess, and you're with that person, but you argue a lot because you didn't really want to be with them, right? And there's a lot of tension in that relationship because you really don't want to be with them. You want to be with this person. It's kind of like that song by Jay Giles. You love him and he loves her and she loves somebody else. You just can't win. The day it comes to the day you die, love stinks. And that's what it is. I think Martin is just a little bit disruptive in that garage. I think Martin is. And if you let that fuse gets lit again, I think it could blow up in their face. And if Aprilia loses this championship, anyway, listen, this is going on way too far. I wish I could want to do some more, but like I said, I'm on a ship, and it's going to take up all my internet to send this out. But hey, listen, thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Even though my viewership is not up to what it was, I don't give a shit. The people that watch, you're the ones, thank you. You're the ones I do this for. I do this for shits and giggles anyway. By the way, watch out for Sports Bike Inc. That's who I write for. I couldn't write because of my finger, but my finger's back. So I'll be writing the article probably on the next GP, for the Bruno GP. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to enjoy my birthday. Until then, you know the word. Bye.